Smoking in the woodshed. Welcome. So, today I took a break from the pipe and I'm smoking a ghost cigar by Gherkin. And I just absolutely love the hologram. I don't know if you can see it. It's trying to focus. Let's see. There it is. Yay. It's a real cool wrap. So, anyways, it's a Dominican Nicaraguan blend. Deep, robust, just a roundy good cigar for low dollars, under $10, I would say. You know, up here they're $10 because it's up here. So I got to transport them, and there's only one place here that. Well, there's two places actually. I take that back. There's two places that sell cigars, and they're extremely limited up here. You know, if you wanted to, you know, you go. I call it going down to the valley. You know, down to the Phoenix, Arizona area. You know, or Tucson, get some. You know, find some good cigars you can. There's a couple of places. There's actually one place too in Cottonwood. There are two places in Cottonwood. One's actually a cigar bar. It's really nice. And then there's another place. And they're actually a jewelry store that happens to sell cigars. And they've got like an outdoor cittery where you can sit around and chew the fat and smoke cigars. Anyway, the point I'm going to is that their selection is a lot more than ours up here on this little hill. So, that being said, I did pick this up at my local actual store, and figured I'd share my thoughts with you about it. It's everything that a Dominican Nicaraguan cigar I think you would expect. It's got that leathery, oily taste to it. It's robust. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. It's robust. It's a heavy smoker. It produces a lot of smoke. It's oh my gosh, got a little peppery backburn to it, which, you know me guys, I've said it time in and time out. I like that pepper. I like that peppery backburn taste. It's a good puffer. So, anyways, Ghost by Gherkin brings me to my next point that I want to bring to you guys' attention. And I'm sure I may catch some flack over this. SmokingPipes.com. That's typically where I buy all my tobacco from. And unless I find something somewhere else, and I have to buy it there. That's the way it is. Like I think the Daniel Menteli El Patron. I could only get that from a company called Dreaming Pipes, Dreamers Pipes, something like that. Anyways, that was the only place that was available online. Was for the Manelli tobacco. But for the most part, I shop at SmokingPipes.com. Why? Compared to the other guys out there, other places out there, they beat them. They just beat them, and that's business. Looks like they're not into making high dollar profits like these other guys do. And hey, every business person's got their dream on what they want as far as their profit margins are concerned, and that's all well and good. But as a consumer, I'm going to shop the best deal I can get, because the brand is the brand. They're just the go-between. I'm not buying SmokingPipe.com's tobacco. I'm buying C&D, Peterson, whatever. This brings me to my next statement. I guess they're catching some flack over an article that they wrote about Aleister Crowley, and I guess certain folks feel that they shouldn't have put it out or shouldn't have printed it. They can do what they want. They're their own business. I've heard people say, well, I'm never going to buy from there again. It's your flavor flavor, that's cool. But when you walk through Walmart and you look over at the shirt aisle, and you've seen them because I've seen them. I see them all the time. And you see a t-shirt and it's got a pentagram on it. All these little Satanistic stuff. I think you should just leave that full cart of all your groceries right there where it sits and walk right the hell on out of Walmart. Same thing at Target. When you go over to where the beer's at, where the IPA's at, and they're talking about voodoo, demonology, these different kind of IPAs and whatnot. Man, you should run out of that grocery store like your head's on fire and your butt's catching. I guess the point I'm trying to make is the world we live in, and I know, I'm going to back up for a second. I know people are going to say, well, they purposely put that article on smokingpipes.com just because that's what they wanted to do, because of this guy or that guy, or, I don't care. Really don't. Whatever. And you have every right to buy tobacco somewhere else. But then again, what if the country squire sells cult tobacco? Well, wait a minute. They're going to sell the beast too, aren't they? Well, cigar shop's going to sell ghosts, demons. That's what they're, One of them's called Demon, one of them's called Exorcist, one of them's called this, whatever the size of the cigar is. They're different names. And I guess you're going to say, well, hey, Walmart doesn't put up an article about, whoever and their demon symbol on their t-shirt, Rather Satanist. They don't write an article about it. They still partake in the selling of items that are Satanist. Let's go one step further, man. Think about Halloween. Good Lord in heaven. There ain't a store you couldn't sling a cat without hitting a frickin' store that has some sort of satanic something in their place on their shelf. Come Halloween time, they're full of it. Hell, Dodge makes a demon. Do you see? Do you understand where I'm going with this, folks? I guess I'm just trying to play Captain Obvious, you know. It's not their supplier. They're supplying a product from a person, or from a company or an individual or whatever that manufactures that product, and they choose to supply that product. Maybe not go to pipes and cigars. I think they sell the beast, you know. Hell, do yourself a favor, don't smoke it, because it's called the beast. It's named after Aleister Crowley. Oh, boycott C&D. Or the blender. Going to narrow your options. And again, I mean, I just, these are things that I'm sitting here in the woodshed smoking that I start thinking about. Sometimes I ramble on about them. I don't know, probably it's to my detriment. Do I care? And those of you that are opinionated about things and you want to start talking trash about me or my channel, just don't. Just unsubscribe. I don't care. Folks generally are good. SmokingPipes.com in the same way. They're just in business to make money, and they're in business to do what they want to do. And they do it well. They do it inexpensively. They actually look out for the consumer. I remember some hubbubaloo between some guy and Country Squire that was on YouTube months ago, and I don't know, because of whatever, gaiety or transphobia or whatever made up words are in life today, you know. And I'm gonna tell you right now, boy's boy and a girl's girl. So let's just get that out of the way, you know. And you want to live in your own little fantasy world, and you know, pretend you're a girl when you got a wanker. And God bless you, you know. Just don't ask me to participate in your delusion. I had one fella went up to the counter to buy something, and he or she had a pen right here, literally made it known right in the front, like Superman emblem, you know. Said I identify as he and he or she. He and she identify as he and she. So that opens you up for a whole world of comments, you know. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna put that out there and I gotta come to you, yeah, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents worth. And so I said, well, you know, so I guess it don't hurt your feelings if I call you Mr. Ma'am, does it? You know. Ain't gonna do it. Just ain't. So, anyways, that just side note. It tickled my funny bone at that particular moment in time. You know, he, she, Mr. Ma'am. So, wow. But anyways, back to SmokingPipes.com. You know, I just, I don't think, and again, this is all my opinions, folks, you know, like it, dislike it, whatever. I just don't think that you should persecute a business, especially a business, a small business that's owned by, you know, has an owner and whatnot. And I like I said, I already know the comebacks. Well, they should know better, you know, blah, 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 and this and that. Well, you know, maybe they should, maybe they should. It's their business to do as they please, you know. I just, and I'm going to defend them, you know, because I think what they're doing is within their rights, and you know, they're not hurting nobody. And I'm sorry, if you don't want to see that article, don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's like the radio. You don't want to listen to a certain type of music because you think it's offensive. Turn the knob. Well, there's no more knobs. I just press the preset buttons or whatever. Change the channel. But if you go into a store and you buy a DVD and it's a horror DVD and it's about demons and Satan, this and that, you go home and watch it, you're participating. I'm sorry, you're 100% participating. And if you go to the movies and do it, if you stream it and do it, you're participating. You are. So does that mean at this point in time, I mean, well, you know, makes me giggle, folks. That's all I can say. Makes me giggle. We got to stop talking out of two sides of our faces. We got to stop trying to make things that make sense, or that don't make sense, make sense. And if you're gonna boycott a business because that business sells a certain product that you're not happy with, then you should be prepared to boycott all those businesses that sell the same kind of products related to that same scenario. But I think you'd starve to death, go without clothes, lumber. All you gotta do is look at Lowe's and Home Depot come Halloween time. Ooh, boy. Said you can't sling a dead cat without hitting a business that's performing some sort of satanic ritual. And that's a fact. That's what they're doing. You know, if you want to get really, 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 really down into it, what does it say? Money is the root of what? All evil. And you're going to say, well, Ray, you can't live without money. Yeah, so I guess you're willing to live with evil. So, that's my 2 cents worth, folks. Like I said, I'm sure I'm going to catch some flack over this one. But sometimes you just got to speak your mind, no matter how much. Yeah, there you go. So, that's all I got to say about that. I do recommend this cigar. You'll have a great day. It's a beautiful sunny day out here. Enjoying it. I got some chores to do, so y'all take care now. We'll talk to you soon.